Hello vinyl community, this is Randy. Back today with another video. About a week or so ago, the Omaha introvert, Hannah, posted a video where she described her top 10 pandemic albums. I think the top 10 records that she's listened to the most during the pandemic. And it was really interesting video, very well done, and she explained, I think, why those were the records that were the most listened to, and caused me to think back myself over what I've listened to for the past year and a half, and very interesting when you start to think about it. And I think I've come up with about 10 records I've listened to more than anything else since the beginning of the pandemic. So I'm dating that as about March 20th of 2020. That's when things here in Nashville closed down and everybody had to start wearing masks and things like that. So yeah, the very first one that came to mind immediately was The Third Mind. I've listened to this definitely more than anything else for the past year and a half. It was a record that came out in 2019, I think, or maybe it came out in 2020. And the lead guy is Dave Alvin, who does the guitar and lead vocals, or at least on one of the songs. And Dave Alvin, formerly with the Blasters. So they're doing 6 songs up here. 5 of them are cover songs of psychedelic songs from the 1960s. So Journey in Sustenanda, The Dolphins, Morning Dew. The one original is Claudia Cardinal, which sounds like could be a theme from a spaghetti western or something like that. So a very cool sounding song, a very psychedelic record. It's really one of the best album covers, I think, for the past. This is really one of my all-time favorite album covers. Love this album cover. So yeah, The Third Mind. That was on Yep Rock Records. Another one that I've listened to a lot over the past. I think I only probably got this less than a year ago, but I've listened to it pretty consistently since then. Joy of a Toy by Kevin Ayers. This was a reissue from a few years ago. This is an album that came out in, I think this came out originally in 1969. So Kevin Ayers was formerly a member of the Soft Machine, and he had help on this album from the other members of the Soft Machine when he recorded it. So this record is just very interesting sounding. It's not like anything else. Sounds different from everything, and some of them, I don't know, does it even really fall into the rock and roll category? It's just very entertaining. Joy of a Toy Continued. It's the main one I'm talking about like that. So some of it gets to be sort of psychedelic too, like Girl on a Swing. Psychedelic sounding. Eleanor's Cake, Which Ate Her. The Lady Rachel, favorite song on here. So yeah, All This Gift of Time. There's Kevin. So Kevin's a guitar player and singer. I think he's still making records today. So yeah, but this is just a very interesting record. So yeah, this is also on black vinyl and Parlophone, sort of a copy of the Harvest label, I think, from the 1960s or 70s. Yes, I was listening to quite a bit of psychedelic music, and then I got this new reissue of Easter Everywhere by 13th Floor Elevators. This was already my favorite 13th Floor Elevator song, and this reissue just caused me to listen to it even more. This one is it's a 2-record set. It has a stereo and a mono pressing of the record. So yeah, this is a fantastic record on International Artists. International Artists is the label. So some really psychedelic songs on here, like I've Got Levitation, Earthquake, Slip Inside This House, really just a fantastic opening song, and then Slide Machine 2. My favorite thing on here, though, is their version of It's All Over Now, Baby Blue, Bob Dylan's song. The whole album, though, is really just absolutely fantastic. Definitely my favorite 13th Floor Elevators song. I like to listen to easy listening music a lot. I usually listen to some easy listening music just about every day, either in the morning or in the afternoon. One record that I've really enjoyed listening to in the mornings when I got up this year and drinking coffee and stuff like that is this Hugo and Wonderland album. So this is Hugo Montenegro covering the music of Stevie Wonder. So it's just very upbeat versions of all these songs. Very light. They're all just instrumental versions. So really so many Stevie Wonder hits on here. Living for the City, Superstition, You Are the Sunshine of My Life, My Cherie Amour, Higher Ground, Don't You Worry About a Thing. So those are the ones I knew. There are a few other songs on here too. So, yeah, fantastic album cover on this one too. So, Hugo in Wonderland. This was a Record Store Day reissue on RCA Records. I have one EP here that I listen to throughout the year, and this is another one that would fall sort of into that easy listening, but much more like in the afternoon when I'm listening to something sort of easy listening or jam band oriented, or kind of like Krong Bean, which we're hearing Krong Bean in the background right now, and this band, Fondue Party, it's kind of like this, guitar oriented, instrumental, jam songs. Yeah, very relaxing and good happy hour music, I think. So, yeah, it's something to sort of relax you and put you into a groove. So, polyrhythms. Polyrhythmics. Oh, you know what? Actually, maybe the name of this band is Polyrhythmics. I think the name of the band is Polyrhythmics, and the name of the album is Fondue Party. Yeah, so, yeah, just to clarify there. And this one did come on a cool fondue colored, I guess it's like cheese colored vinyl there, so excellent record. Picked up a really psychedelic sound, another psychedelic sounding record, Banana Moon Band. This is David Allen, the main guy from Gong. This was his band just before Gong, so he was an original member of Soft Machine for a couple of months, not even long enough to make a record. And then he did this Banana Moon Band record. So this was never released back when it came out, and was only released, I think, well, I'm not really sure when this came out, but it didn't come out when it was new. But on this one, he worked with some of the people that became Gong, and yeah, this is just really psychedelic sounding. So, especially when you get onto side 2, lots of fantastic guitar work on here. It's got this foil cover. It's kind of reflective. This is also on colored vinyl, kind of clear. Banana Moon Band, awesome record. This record did also come with, it came with a few extras, and came with this packet of, they're pictures in here. They're sort of like, well, they're sort of like postcards or pictures in here of the Banana Moon Band. So, I'll show you all these. Pretty cool though. And they're kind of like postcards, really. I guess you could use them as a postcard if you wanted to. Yeah, Banana Moon Band. I probably really listen to jazz, well, probably about 50% of the time. Not as much as anything else I listen to. And a record I got actually just a few weeks ago that I haven't been able to take off the turntable is Suddenly It's Spring. So Zoot Sims, this is my first Zoot Sims record. He's playing with Jimmy Rolls here. I was already a pretty big Jimmy Rolls fan. He's a piano player. George Mraz is a bass player. Kira Tana on drums. So these were songs I really was not familiar with. They're all instrumentals. And the thing I really like about this is the melodicism. So, yeah, like I said, it's my first Zoot Sims record, and yeah, he kind of like plays the songs. You can hear the melody and everything. So, yeah, it's really nice. I like these album covers too. These Pablo records with the black and white album covers. So, yeah, this is that. quite a bit through the year. It's on a classic Pablo label. And just about July of this year, I think really just a couple weeks before he had his major accident, Eric Weinbender sent me some VCLT, and he sent me a, oh gosh, what's the name of that other band? King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, he sent me one of those, but also included this Mystery to Me Fleetwood Mac album. I'm a pretty big Fleetwood Mac fan. I don't have the first couple albums, but I have the sort of the early period ones there where Jeremy Spencer and Danny Kerwin were with them. And so this one is also after Peter Green has left, and by this time Bob Welch has joined the band along with Bob Weston on lead guitar. Christine McVie is also a member of the band here, so you know, this album I was kind of surprised that Eric's in it, and I mean, I like Fleetwood Mac and everything, but I wasn't really expecting it, and wasn't really necessarily expecting to like it a whole lot, but gosh, it just really knocked me out. This is probably my favorite Fleetwood Mac album now, and I want to get the rest of the Bob Welch albums. Penguin, I think, is next on my list, so yeah, this is really fantastic. I think the biggest hit song here was probably Hypnotized. Fantastic song. So, yeah, Mystery to Me, Fleetwood Mac. Thanks a lot for the record, Eric. I appreciate that. That's on Reprise Records. And, yeah, like I said, I probably listened to jazz about 50% of the time, and there were two big reissues this year. Miles Davis, Kind of Blue, had the reissue on, gosh, is it Acoustic Sounds, or whoever it is that produced that, the $100 version of it. I listened to my old versions to decide if I needed to get the new one. So, I decided that this is probably the one that sounds the best. This is a mono version that came out on Record Store Day, I think about 2013 or 2014. It just sounds absolutely perfect. So, Kind of Blue probably would be just about any period of time that you would name. Kind of Blue is a record that I listen to a lot, whether it's being discussed in the vinyl community or not. It's such a fantastic record. This is on the 6i label there. And then the other big reissue, not quite as expensive, came out on, I think this was like an Impulse reissue, was A Love Supreme. There's another new reissue of this one coming out soon. But I already have, I have like 3 copies of this one, and I listened to these to make sure I didn't really need to get the new one, which I decided that this was the best sounding one. This is a, it's actually on colored vinyl, this smoky gray. So, yeah, this is a reissue from, I think this came out about 2018 and 2019. It's a fairly new reissue. So, yeah, colored vinyl, sometimes maybe a little bit skeptical of that, but this one really just sounds fantastic. Yeah, so those would be my, I think those are my go-to albums for pandemic time. I think those are the ones I've listened to more than anything else over the past 18 months or so. It's not really a scientific inquiry here, so yeah, I think those will be the ones. So yeah, let me know what you think about these, and yeah, I'd be interested to know which records you've listened to the most over the past year and a half. So, I think Hannah invited us to do a response to this thread that she started, so it'd be interesting to hear what anybody else has been listening to. And yeah, I guess that's it. So I hope everybody's having a great day. Thanks very much for watching.